Hey, what is up guys? MixelPlx here. In today's video, we're going to be showing off the Season 10 cosmetics from the Season Pass from 0 to 100. Now, if you don't know how this goes, we're basically going to go through and kind of just give you our thoughts on everything and just kind of just show you guys all the cool cosmetics this season has to offer. Now, this season took us around 16 hours in one go to complete. That included Fort of the Dam, stacking, everything in between. It did seem like they kind of live tuned the renown a little bit because there was a couple of things we were doing that were, giving us a little too much XP, I guess. Again, I might just be spitballing that, but it definitely seemed like XP was tuned down quite a bit. But if you guys enjoy this video and want to help support more videos like this season, please leave a comment down below. Let me know which cosmetic you guys like so far in the season pass, and also consider subscribing for more content, including videos like this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Right here we have level 100 completed. Now we're gonna go ahead and start things off. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to the clothing vendor and kind of take a look. I haven't really looked at this too much. I do know the Stormfish is gonna be one of our first pieces, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the hat real quick. Let me see here. What is on the first piece? We have the legs, the Sovereign makeup, and the Stormfish chaser cannon flares from the Plunder Pass. Okay, so these legs, I will go ahead and say I'm a big fan of them for sure. Now, I don't typically use face paint like this. I really like just the standard shadow thing, so not a big fan of it personally. I mean, obviously just not something I would use. Go over here. Let's go into the sun. We'll check this out real quick. Not bad. Has kind of a hook. Definitely has a unique model. And then the pants themselves, also kind of something we've seen before, but again, just a different color scheme. I actually really like it. Very subtle. And the leggings do go down all the way down to about your ankles as well, which is kind of cool. Let's go ahead and check out the cannon flare as well. Now, I did test this a little bit. I think when it comes down to cannon flares, it's really what you're comfortable with. Personally, I think this was okay, but I don't think I would probably use it for long. Here it is. Not the worst, but not the best. Now let's go to the next section. Now we're gonna have the Gilded Sovereign flag. We'll have the Explorer eye patch, the Compass of Nuanced Navigation, and the Stormfish Chaser hull. And the hold on, we have the anchor as well. It looks like. Let's take a look here. We have the anchor and the hull. Okay. Let's take a look at it. So this is the hull. Not bad. Looks pretty cool. Looks very worn out. And then the anchor, we have this right here. Now, this isn't accurate to navigation, so do keep this in mind. I don't think this is actually accurate. If you want to use it for that, you're better off just using this. For the compass, we already have this equipped because I was using this today. Not too bad. Again, I'm very much a big fan of the first adventure compass, just because it's a lot better at nighttime because it does glow. But again, it all comes down to preference at the end of the day. And then we have the Gilded Sovereign flag and the monocle or eye patch that we'll need to go ahead and throw on. Pretty nice. It has kind of like a clear lens, so you can kind of see your eye or like the makeup if that's something you want to show off. Pretty cool. Again, I like the original monocle personally, but that's not a bad option actually. And then for the top flag, we'll go ahead and show that off as well here. Kind of cool. It'll go with the set once we have it fully equipped, but a purple and gold is definitely the theme there. So that'll conclude our second tier right here. We're gonna go and go to the Rogue of the Gilded Age. Now, this is where the hairstyles get a little crazy. Lord Farquaad is what we you got that hairstyle. The other hairstyle I actually haven't even looked at. We'll have the Explorer hat, the gloves, and the Stormfish Chaser sails, and the wheel. So we'll go ahead and do those real quick. We have the hairstyles, the gloves, and the hat. Okay, so we'll put the hat and the gloves on shortly after. We'll put the gloves on now actually, and then for the hairstyles, we'll show those off momentarily. Not a big fan of these so far. That's a weird look. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. You got this one, and then you have this one, which just looks absolutely ridiculous. Again, if you've watched Shrek, you can probably get the idea. It's kind of, yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Totally ridiculous. We were doing a full clothing set with that today, and chat was having a good time with it, which is always fun. But if you ever wanted to do a little troll piece, that's definitely available to you. All right, and that's for the hat. We'll show that off. This is a good hat right here as well. Let me see, where is it? Here it is. Honestly, this is pretty, considering how early this is in the past, very clean. Yeah, this is just, it's just a clean hat, and it goes so well with the monocle as well. Like, it literally is perfect. I mean, it is part of the same set, but very, very, very clean. All right, for our next pieces, we're gonna be showing off the wheel and the sails here. Now the wheel's not too bad. This is the north point right here, so not hard to navigate, but has no flare. It's just, it looks like just like metal. Looks kind of cool. And then these are the basic sails. You have a little bit of a cut and then a little bit of a hole right here, but not too crazy. Nothing really. I personally probably wouldn't use this, but again, comes down to preference. So that'll conclude our third tier. Now we're gonna go to the fourth tier, where we start to kind of unlock some of the cooler looking items, including the Gilded Sovereign sails, which I'm gonna be real is pretty nice. We have the Explorer dress, the boots. We have the Stormfish chaser cannons as well. So all right, so in terms of boots, we'll have these right here. Honestly, these are really clean and they go very well with the legs. I say if you plan on using these Explorer legs, definitely consider using these shoes as well, as they literally are just made for it. Now for the dress, I haven't actually taken a look at this yet, so not too bad of a dress. Yeah, for all the women in, down in the YouTube, let me know if this looks good to you. I mean, looks like a proper dress for once, and it's got a lot of detail, a lot of polygons. So I don't know if I would personally wear this with the gloves. I feel like wearing this with maybe some kind of ring would be nice, but regardless, still pretty cool. Now for our cannons. Now these cannons, I would go ahead and say I did use these for about 4 to 5 hours after we received them. I'm gonna be honest, these are pretty good cannons. They're not too bad, but they are definitely, I think, worth trying. If you end up having them, give them a try. Ignore the little iron sights off of these, but all in all, pretty accurate cannons. There is a little bit of a flare on both sides, but you can ignore that as it doesn't affect the final outcome of your shots. So we'll go ahead and shoot this off right here. Kind of show you the profile. Not too bad. Honestly, I was beaming today with this, so these cannons already on the Mixel approved list. Then for the sails, we have these Gilded Sovereign sails, which unfortunately, because it is getting dark, we can't really see, but these are beautiful sails. All right, for the next half, we're going to show off this piece. We're going to show off the Explorer beard. And we're getting into our Pirate Legend equipment or rewards, which is a Sovereign Ship's Crest and a Stormfish Chaser Hook. And there it is. Okay. So we can get a good eye of this real quick. Basically has a Sovereign kind of look to it. Kind of like an orange gold. Not too bad. Again, the Sovereign stuff doesn't really have a lot of flash, so. And for this, we're going to be using the Stormfish Chaser Hook. There is a little bit of electricity on it, so again, the Stormfish stuff is pretty cool. I actually really like it, but I just, again, hooks and peg legs for me are something I've never used. So I think back in the old days, I used to use that kind of stuff, but nowadays, no. Then we're going to be looking at the beard real fast, which I haven't even looked at. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. That looks a little weird. It looks really weird on my character, actually. So the next half, we're going to have the spyglass of skillful steering. We're going to have the Explorer hook, the new cannons, and the Stormfish Chaser figurehead. So this is the non-collector's edition. So already we have the spyglass right here. Truly, this looks kind of goofy, but this is a spyglass with no tint. Already a huge W. It is kind of big and it looks kind of goofy, but it does function. There's no extra perk having another spyglass on top of it, but regardless, still pretty freaking cool. And here's the hook, the Explorer hook. Again, not really too sure with the design. There's a lot of just, I don't know. Personally, again, not a fan of. So most of this Explorer set isn't too bad, but there's certain elements of it which just feel kind of off. Again, the hook, the peg leg, to me, I will never use them. In this design, on this one specifically, I would definitely never use. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put on our final ship pieces here as well. So we got the original Stormfish Chaser figurehead. And then for the cannons, we're going to be using these right here. Now, cool thing about these is, you know, I love the wheel turning mechanics of these ones. But again, another pretty accurate cannon here. Pretty low profile. The sides don't really affect it, and the sights on it aren't too overwhelming. Out of the new ones, I would probably use Stormfish, but these are a pretty close second. Again, not too bad. Not bad at all. And then this one, we have the Stormfish figurehead. No glow effects, but again, if you like the kind of the fish cosmetics for your boat, I would definitely cop this, because even with this one, it looks pretty good with the full set. All right, so for our 6th tier, we're gonna have the Explorer jacket and the Wheel of Noble Captaincy and the Stormfish Chaser flag. So we already went ahead and equipped these during the nighttime. The wheel, honestly, if you have the Golden Sailor wheel, this is basically just a nicer version of that, personally. I kind of like it. It's a little bit more bulky, but it honestly kind of looks the same, just kind of ridiculous. And as for the jacket, this is what we got right here. Personally, I don't think I'd probably wear it. It's a little not my vibe, but yeah, it's way too white. Holy, I just realized how bad this is. Really just does not look like it's part of Sea of Thieves, that's for sure. And as for the top flag, here we are. Pretty subtle, nothing too crazy there. So let's go ahead and move to the next tier here as well. We have the Explorer peg leg, the Explorer belt, and the collector's edition of the Stormfish Chaser figurehead. So let's go ahead and put these on. Again, all in all, I have yet to be really impressed in the last, oh man, I'd say the last 3 or 4 seasons. It's been peg legs and hooks have not been hitting. Looks like a spyglass is kind of like mounted onto it. That's kind of ridiculous, actually. Then for the rest of this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we need the belts and the figurehead. Now, I will say real quick, this figurehead, easily one of my favorites, because 1, it's subtle. 2, you can kind of put this with any set. And then it has a subtle, the eyes glow at night, and the lightning off the nose is just perfect. It looks so freaking cool. Again, subtle, just a subtle little detail, little particle effects really add a lot. So let's take a look here. Again, we got the belt I need to show off in the peg leg, but straight up, one of my favorite figureheads at the moment that they've done in quite some time. Then as for the rest of this, let's go ahead and show this off. Here's the belt. The belt actually has a scroll on it, which is kind of nice. The belt, I will give Rare some credit, or whoever's designing these new belts. They're actually like not crazy like size. Like these could fit anybody basically, and should work with most models, which is really, really cool. I don't think we'd wear it with this outfit personally, but definitely appreciate it. And there is the peg leg. So we have a couple more tiers here as well, so let's take a look at it. We have the Gilded Sovereign tattoo. I actually have not seen this yet. We have the Explorer shirt and the Storm Fish Chaser jacket. So let me take a look here. I think the next piece is going to be the final piece right here of the Explorer set. So we'll take a look at it. Then we're going to switch up to full Stormfish quickly after. Now, again, not my vibe really at all. Again, this set just feels, it feels very out of place. It feels like something like for a winter biome, I guess. Something you'd almost see in a different kind of game. But here we are. This is a full set. As for the tattoos, we will go ahead and take a look at these real quick through the vanity section. Let's take a look at it. So for the most part, pretty subtle. There's no back tattoos. There's a little bit on the front, but nothing on the hands, nothing on the legs. Not a fan. Not a fan of that really at all, unfortunately. But again, I'm kind of spoiled in the sense I have Bone Crusher, and that's just hands down my favorite go-to, basically, for tattoos. Now for the entire Stormfish Chaser set, we'll go ahead and equip that right now. This is what I got kind of going with this set, the Silver Sepulchre gloves. Now for the jacket, we're going to be using this. For the belt, I believe this doesn't come with one, so we're going to take this off. This is basically the full set that I like to use at the moment. It's pretty cool. Would definitely say this is probably one of my favorite sets at the moment. Jacket's really clean and it has a nice emblem on it. But if you want to go for this theme, I would definitely recommend something like we have here. All in all, not a bad looking set. I would say this season, I would probably go for the Plunder Pass, just because this, while the some of the pieces aren't like, I guess, phenomenal, they're not like super flashy, it's actually really nice, and definitely something I would probably use, especially the jacket. Definitely one of my faves. And now for the final tier, we are on 90 to 100. So we have the Gilded Sovereign Hull, which we'll show off in just a moment, the Bucket of Eternal Cooking. Then we have our final rewards, which is the Stormfish Chaser Collector Sales and the Lorena Tribute Tattoo. Now, to do this or kind of show this off, we're gonna have to do a complete set. Now, unfortunately, this didn't save, but we'll kind of we'll wing it for now. This is kind of a work in progress, kind of the ship set we got going here for this. So bear with me. It might not look exactly how I want because I am on 2 hours of sleep. Let's go and take a look here. I forgot for wheel. I think we're going to keep this for now. Cannons, we're going to be switching up to our Golden Sailor. Again, I don't like those flares too much. And as for this, I believe the Imperial Sovereigns are going to be on page 2. And it fits. It just fits quite well. I don't like it for the wheel. But we got here, then we'll go for the top flag if you want to adorn it with that as well. And that is basically a Sovereign ship set. Again, this is a very clean hull. Like, I actually really like it. It's very bold, very flashy. And again, if you have this particular figurehead, it goes perfectly with it. And it's perfect. I absolutely love this figurehead. I find so many good sets that go with it because gold and purple is a pretty good combo in Sea of Thieves. We have the capstan to go with it. We have the wheel as well, Golden Sailor. Then you have the Sovereign right there as well. Pretty cool. Not too shabby. Now let's show off one of the best things of this update, 100%. And that is the freaking Bucket of Eternal Cooking. Now, yes, it is quite literally a bucket. It looks hilarious. Now, I will say this is probably going to be my permanent bucket going forward. This is what it looks like when water is inside of it. So if you are a bilge main or you are somebody who is constantly repairing your boat, this is what the water looks like outside. Again, very visible, super easy to tell if there's water inside your bucket. Go down into the dungeon and it's still, again, not too bad. Again, they did a really good job with this one. Easily one of my favorite buckets. I'd say top 2, top 3 easily. And then for our final reward, we'll have the Stormfish Chaser Collector Sales, and then the tattoos, which we'll check out in just a moment. Now, these are basically the same sails with a different icon, and a couple more cuts on the bottom of the sail. All in all, nothing too crazy. There's no particle effects, there's no foil, just a basic sail for the most part. And then for our tattoo, we'll go ahead and strip down for this next bit here. Let's go ahead and take off this monocle as well. Throw this on. Here we go. So this will be the final reward of season 10, Pirate Legend only reward, and that's the Lorena tattoo. Now, all in all, I will say this isn't a bad tattoo, but again, because I have Bone Crusher, that's just something I personally prefer. It doesn't go down to your legs at all, and it goes around your back and kind of like a little bit of a sleeve, but not really. So there you guys have it. That is the season 10 overview. Again, we did this in about 16 hours. I recommend, if you are wanting to do this, do Fort of the Dams, do world events, make sure you bank loot to get more renown, and enjoy season 10. All in all, there's been some quality of life changes that make this really good. And again, we'll make more videos on the various subjects like guilds and stuff like that going forward. But this weekend, if you aren't aware, we will be doing drops as well. So if you want to get yourself the Ori ship set, definitely tune in. We'll be doing more and more stuff for our guild and leveling that up because we are about halfway till we get to our emissary flag. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know which cosmetic you enjoyed throughout this season overview, and consider subscribing for more videos in the future. Season 10 is finally here, so we finally will be able to drop content pretty frequently. It's been forever since we've had a new season, and I'm super excited. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.